Okay, today is Wednesday, 6th September 2023, and it's been over 4 weeks now since I returned to road running. My elliptical malfunctioned and could not fix / replace the part that was broken, not working, and that was 7 August 2021, not 2000, sorry, that's Jacob Ingebrigtsen Day. Monday, 7 August 2023, exactly 2 years later, my elliptical broke. And so this is what this is what I did. So I'm going to do the days I ran, and so for the first 4 weeks, and my start times each day. And any general notes? Yes. So it started off with me just my start times are kind of all over the place because it started off with me just making the runs because I wasn't quite ready to delve fully into road running. And then after that, I tried to kind of like normalize more recently, but then what ended up happening is my mom's having some health problems. And so essentially, if I need to be here, she needs like a physical in-person companion. My dad needs to go somewhere, or she just wants me in the house, or she needs help with her medicine or something like that. It can interfere with kind of the schedule I was building, kind of thing, or I'm building. And so that's an ongoing obstacle to getting my runs done each day. So that's kind of a note about why the times are kind of all over the place, partially just getting into it and partially needing to help out with my mom in her illness. So yeah. Okay, so the set is running a walk/run each day. I walk/run, and it's a 5.8 mile loop to town of Woodway from this house, Deer Creek Park, back out by the sign for Richmond Beach Saltwater Park and back. And it's all on the roads, so no dirt paths or anything like that. And it's a 5.80 mile loop, and I walk the first 0.90 miles, run the 0.90 to 3.03 mile segment. I walk the 3.03 to 3.44 mile segment, and then I run the 3.44 to 4.50 mile segment, and then walk the 4.50 to 5.35 mile segment, and I run the 5.35 to 5.80 mile segment. So that means I run 2.13 miles, then 1.06 miles, then 0.45 miles. And how this is written, it's a mid-speed kind of packet and then running the end of the run. But I start off with 0.9 miles of walking kind of thing. And it's the same set every day I do it. Okay, so that's the set. Week 1, Monday. So this is week 1 is 7 August to 13 August 2023. So that's the week I started. Monday, my elliptical broke. And so I didn't do my walk/run, but I did go and get a walking and talking video in Woodway, so that kind of the loop was mapped out in some sense with videos before I started it. And then on Tuesday, 8 August, I started, and the start time that day so there was no start time on Monday because I didn't do it. Tuesday, but that's the start time, is technically no start time. Okay, so Tuesday I started my walk/run 6:17 p.m. Wednesday, my walk/run was I started at 6:49 p.m. I'm not giving end times because it's been variable how long it takes me to do this set. So that's why I'm doing start times. Thursday, I did 1 day off, so there was no start time because I did not do the walk/run that day. Friday, I did without my sweatshirt. So all of these days except for Friday of that week, first week, I ran with a sweatshirt. So that day I actually ran in a t-shirt, and I started at 1:02 p.m. And then Saturday of the first week, I started at 7:54 a.m. And then Sunday, I started at 8:57 a.m. So that was the first week. Second week. So the second week ran 14 to 20 August 2023. On Monday, I started at 6:49 a.m. So I ran 6 out of 7 days, going backwards on that one. So I decided to take a few days off. So there was no start time on Tuesday, the 15th, no start time on Wednesday, the 16th, and no start time on Thursday, the 17th, because I took 3 days off. And then on Friday, I returned to it with a 7:29 a.m. start time. And then on Saturday, my start time was 7:32 a.m. And since I had already done 1 day off the first week and then 3 days off that week, I decided to do something different. And on Sunday, there was no start time for my walk/run because I did my stationary bicycle. I introduced that as part of this back to road running. Oh, hold on. Yeah? Okay. Just my mom being a little loopy. Going around the house saying ho ho ho. My Santa Claus. Okay. And then, so on Sunday there was no start time. I decided to take one of the first 2 days off from running, but I did stationary bicycle. I introduced that. And then, so that was week 2. Week 3, 21 to 27 August 2023 was my 31st birthday celebration week, and I did not let it derail me. So on Monday I took the day off to make it a 2-day break, so I could feel what 1 day off and then returning felt like, 3 days off and then returning felt like, and then this was 2 days off and returning to see what it felt like. So there was no start time on that Monday. Tuesday, my start time was 7:32 a.m. Wednesday, my start time was 7:31 a.m. Thursday, I took 1 day off. It's my day off from running each week. So there was no start time. Friday, I started at 6:32 p.m. and then Saturday I started at 7:20 a.m. So I ran 7.28 miles in a less than 14-hour period, which is pretty good for not even 3 weeks back into road running. For me, anyway. On Sunday of that week, I took 1 day off, and so I had no start time. Then week 4, 28 August to 3 September 2023. I started at 12:31 p.m. on the Monday. I used a baggie for waterproofing my phone, so it started to get kind of misty and gray and like it's gonna rain. So I figured out how to put my phone in a bag and then put it in my armband so that if it did rain, there's protection. But I also have a rain jacket kind of thing. Okay, but I was like, I'm not at rain jacket level, it's just misting, so I'm gonna do baggy. So that was baggy proofing day, and I ran with the baggy setup. Okay, Tuesday I started at 12:47 p.m. It sprinkled / rained on the walk/run, and it was cold enough and gray enough and rainy enough. I did not wear sunscreen that day. The rest of the days of this 4 weeks I did, but that day I did not. Just in part to see if it was different, and that kind of thing. It's not always necessary to wear sunscreen, but I have decided to do it the vast majority of the time, kind of thing. Okay, then Wednesday I started at 12:05 p.m. Thursday I took 1 day off, no start time. Friday I started at 9:21 a.m. And then Saturday of that week I started at 8:20 a.m. It was my first day I did not run with my key/key ring. So I had been running with the key on my key ring, and then I was like, you know what? I can go out through the front door if my parents are like near the front door, so they can lock it or leave it unlocked or whatever, and then go in through the garage. So because when it's rainy, my key and key ring are metal, so it can kind of corrode the metal. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try running without that. So I tried that day. And then the Wednesday, the Friday, and the Saturday were all Jakob Ingebrigtsen inspired runs. And then Sunday of that week was 1 day off from running, but I still did my stationary bicycle, and I did the stationary bicycle the week before as well. So, but there was no start time. Okay, so that's what I did. So if you want to copy me, like I gave you the set, and I gave you the start time, the days I ran and the start times. So then the last thing, if you're doing what I did, or it's me doing what I did, watching this and stuff, totals, a way of checking to make sure you got it right. The total days I ran, so total days run was 17 days. And this is walk/run, but I ran 3.64 miles each time. And so then my miles run was 61.88 miles over these 4 weeks. And my miles walked/run, so my miles that I walked/ran was 98.60 miles, which is pretty good because I had not been road running for a while. Like, okay, well, not a while. It was a 2020, 2021 was my last big road running push. So it had been a couple of years. So for me, that's a bit of, it was adjustment for my system, being like, but yeah, it went well. I'm not running the full 5.8 mile loop, so I'm still on adjustment, but that is, those are the totals. So in conclusion, that is what I did. If you want to do it, or if you just wanted to hear what somebody did when they went back into road running in terms of like I don't need gear. I already did a video for my gear and my clothing and my safety, and I'll link to that in the video description, as well as my running playlist that has other videos related to running. But if you're just like, I just wanted to hear it, and this is what I did, this is what I did. Or if it's future me watching this video and I just want to be like, what did you do? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that was my first 4 weeks back to road running. It is not my first 4 weeks ever of road running. This is just for a return after a break and after my elliptical malfunction. But hope you are having a lovely day whenever you are viewing this.